guys said I'd do this like a really long time ago. So here I am. Hi. I don't know, this is like... It kind of makes me nervous for some reason. Fuck it up and it'd be like an awful stream. And like anyone who wanted something good is gonna be like disappointed. Like... But we're just gonna roll with it live, you know? I didn't practice like at all. I've got like... got like my blanket on top of me to like hopefully reduce noise, because my apartment has like a lot of like white noise and stuff. I tried doing this by my computer and I kept getting all these like buzzy like beepy noises from the interference, I guess. I don't really know. The mic is like picking stuff up and I don't know if you guys can hear it. I have like I like no fans on, like my ceiling fan is off, and my floor fan is off, and I'm like dying of heat, but you know, I suffer for my art. It's all for you, chat. It's all for you. So like, hi, if you are not in the know, a really long time ago, you know, I can't do this blanket thing, it's way too hot. I'm sorry. A really long time ago, I promised if I got 500 subs, I'd do an ASMR stream, and it was like kind of a joke, because I didn't think I'd get that many subs, but here we are, at 620, and I like finally decided I'd do it. I was gonna do this like a really long time ago, but then I had to move, and not being in a house and being in an apartment like made that like a lot harder. But I'm trying to like do it now. I don't know if like if I'm speaking too loud or whatnot. I'm too far away from the mic. If I'm not, I'm too close to it. It's hard to tell. I have my headphones like plugged into the Tascam. New intro, and it's cute too. Well, it's not really the intro. It's the same intro I always had. It's just I just have a static image up here. Because I can't really do tracking. To get away from like as much noise as possible, I'm like on my floor, but I think I'm still like too close to my PC. You can probably hear the fan. I can't help that. I don't know. Their noises, what they do is like sounds like I'm calling a cat over. I don't know. I thought like I'd make a joke out of like this stream, but I feel like a genuine attempt would at least be kind of nicer, because like I feel like too much of our lives are kind of washed over in like irony, and it's really exhausting, like just being ironic about things all the time and not being like genuine, and like trying to like hide real like emotions and feelings and stuff all the time. And just like this this weird, pervasive sort of mindset that I think is on a lot of the internet, where being genuine is like kind of seen as like cringe, and you know, it's kind of cringe to cringe at, you know, being real. Right? That's a really lame way to go about life. So I decided, even if I'm like terrible at it, I just try to give a genuine attempt at like an ASMR stream. And if it sucks, it sucks, and if it doesn't, then cool, I guess. It's better to just be real. I said I'd do it, and I'll just do it. I don't know. I think there's like a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on in their lives, like in the world right now. I know I do, and you know, maybe it's just kind of nice to have a place where it's like okay to just relax and be okay and forget about things. If I can help with people doing that right now, that's kind of cool too. I think my noise gate kind of makes it hard for some of the sounds to get picked up, because I can hear it, but I'm not seeing the meter like going up on OBS, which means I have to get up, and I might make a lot of noise doing that. You might also hear like a lot more noise once I turn off that noise gate. So apologies for that. Oh fuck. Oh, it's gonna be so loud. I'm scared I'm gonna like blow out someone's eardrums. Yeah, sorry. So like you're gonna hear like my PC fan a lot more, I think. If you like the white noise of that, then cool, good for you. If you don't, I sincerely apologize. I have a very, very scuffed setup. Oh, and someone just drove by. I think the worst part is I don't even think it's still picking up like the sounds that I was making anyway, so it might be for naught. I guess if someone wants to let me know if they hear this, that'd be cool. I don't know. Just like kind of like brushing my clothes because it makes a cool sound. POV of being kidnapped in a VTuber's room for cryback. Background noise feels like we're in the same room. Oh, if that's good, that's good. It's very lo-fi, it's very, very shitty. Is it uncomfy to curse in an ASMR video? I don't know. There's this one I listened to, and the girl in it is like, is the world going to fucking end? And like it always like surprised me. I was like, did she just say fuck in an ASMR video? I'm like, that's kind of wild. Anyway, where did I put? I have like various objects here that I think make cool noises. I hope it'll get picked up. I have one here. It's my cuticle oil, and like if I shake it, it makes a cool noise. glass, it's a little too full, so you don't really get to like hear a lot of like the sloshing sound. I have a water bottle here. It's mostly for me to drink water, but I had to get that sound. I don't know. I always like the sound of like water like flowing. So I always think it's like nice. It's hard. It's a really big water bottle. So it's kind of hard to get it like right. It sounds kind of crappy. Oh, it's kind of scuffed. That's we're working with what we got here, Chad. I have the coin cup that I used to shake. It's not right like next to me, but I'm looking at it right now. It's on my shelf. I don't know if shaking the coin cup is like a good thing right now. Thank you for re-upping your spot button. So you can always become a channel member if you want to support me, and you can give me your money. and it'd be like really cool. Yeah, if you don't feel like having like a subscription for a membership, you can always give a super chat. If you're watching the VOD, you can't really do that. That's my shilling. Thank you for your money. I appreciate it. It's kind of like I sound like a bitch when I say it like that, but it's like kind of funny to do too. So I'm still an entertainer, even if it's like an ASMR stream, right? I gotta be funny. That's my job, right? My job, quote unquote, as a streamer. I can't say like speed and do like a funny voice. But I can like ironically show that's the biggest thing. That's the only irony you'll have here. So thank you though again for this bud. God, every time I say that like that, I think of oh god, who was a streamer? Oh, is it Boogie? Or like, welcome to the sub club? I think it's Boogie. All I can remember is like, it's a fat guy, right? Was it Wings? No, it wasn't Wings. It wasn't DSP. Oh, yeah, it was Boogie. Boogie 2988 is probably not the comfiest person to talk about in an ASMR stream. But that's okay, because this is Tato's ASMR stream, and Tato is a lunatic. This is what you signed up for when you kept asking me for this. Oh god, the buzzing is so bad. Oh no. I wish I had a longer cable. I connected the microphone to my PC, so I could like maybe just like sit on my bed instead of like on the floor in front of my computer. But you know, it is what it is. What the? I have no idea. It's so hard. I'm trying to read the chat from like my phone, and it's so far away from me still. Because I have it like on the floor in front of me, and it's like propped up against this like Hello Sanrio like mystery snack box that I got. It had like some really good snacks in it that I ate. But then all that's left now is like these kind of crummy candy snacks that I'm not really a huge fan of. The hip potato ASMR. It is underground. So I can tell you about some of the snacks that are in here. There were these really good, like cola hard candies. I can't get the box to stay open. Oh dear. Fuck. But it's really good cola hard candies, and they're like kind of fizzy in your mouth, and they tasted really good. And I had the whole bag, like really quickly. I bought it to like share with my ex, and we like watched movies together, and we ate a bunch of these snacks, and they were like, oh no, there were some really tasty ones. And then some of them were, they're kind of mid. What is this? What's this stream about? Yeah, it's an ASMR stream. There's oh no, this one was left open. That's not good. Oh, I'm not eating any of these. It's like karopi, like little like cookie snacks. They were like okay, but they're not like very good. There's a lot of like milk, like candies. It's really weird. There's this Hello Kitty milk soft candy, and I don't know. I like milk. Right, milk is pretty tasty. Having it as like a squishy candy is really weird. So I'm not like the biggest fan of it. Milk. It's like mega milk. And there's also a Hello Kitty strawberry chewy candy. I don't think this is good. I mean, it probably tasted good, but I guess I left the bag open, and I don't know how long it's been open. So the candies probably aren't good anymore. There's these little like rice crackers, and it's like really wasteful packaging because they're like in this big like plastic package, and then like they come like 2 rice cakes in a little plastic like package after that. So there's just like so much plastic waste, and it's like kind of really bothers me. And the worst part is like the rice crackers don't even taste that good. So like it's so wasteful. And it's like not even for like a tasty snack. So it's like it's for nothing. It's awful. There's Hello Kitty kawaii cookies, and they're a lot like the karopi ones, but they're pink, and they've got Hello Kitty, and I think they're like strawberry flavored. I haven't opened them yet, but it's a really cute package. It's got Hello Kitty, and Hello Kitty's cute, so I'm kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of like this, like Sanrio like poser, because like I've got like a Hello Kitty like spoon dish for my countertop when I'm cooking. So like when I'm like making food, I can like put like pasta sauce all over Hello Kitty's face when I put my my spoon down. And then I've got these little snacks here that I got, and I got a pair of Cinema Roll Crocs, and I never thought I'd wear Crocs, but they're really good like house shoes in a sense. Like if I need to just go down and like get my mail from like the lobby of my apartment, like I just like throw them on, and it's like so much easier than like putting on like a pair of shoes or like wearing my like busted ass slippers that are like kind of gross. So I don't know. It's kind of dope. Do you ever use them on speed mode? I've never had the opportunity to put them. Isn't it like sport mode? But yeah, no, I've never put them on sport mode because I haven't like walked very far in them. I thought about maybe going to get boba today, and I was like, well, I'm like already dressed and I'm like wearing my shoes or like my Crocs, so I could like just walk outside and like get it because it's like right down the road. But I don't know. I didn't have my wallet on me, so I didn't have my keys, so I couldn't like get to my car. So I decided not to. Because if I don't have my wallet, I can at least use like Google Pay, but if I don't have my keys, like I can't get back home. Oh, the last snack that's left. These Hello Kitty strawberry dip biscuits. What's that one snack? It's like the cookie and they have like the chocolate frosting you can dip it in. I think it's like Yan Yan. It's basically Yan Yan, which are like, I don't know. I'm always disappointed by like how little like of the dip is there. What about matcha? Oh, I love matcha. I had matcha the other day, and I like how it kind of like starts like I got a matcha latte, I'll say, and they put like sweetener in it, and I didn't mind it too much, but it was kind of like jarring because like my first like few sips, it was like really like bitter matcha flavor, and I liked that. And then as I drank it, it was like there was less and less of like the matcha, and it kind of became this like sweet milk flavor with like a hint of matcha, and it was kind of cool how like the drink like kind of evolved as like I drank it. I think it was mixing together from like going up and down, like as I was like taking a sip and putting it down. It was still very yummy. Have you watched Agretsuko? I have not. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that too. Right? Fake weeb. Otato doesn't know how to say Japanese things. Baka. Agretsuko. Agretsuko? Agretsuko reminds me of Puka. He'll eat ball knowledge. I don't know. I like kuromi, and I like cinema roll, and I don't know. I'm not really like a Dear David fan, but I kind of love the name Dear David. It's so funny. I'm a matcha tato now. It's smooth. It's cooler. It's matcha. I just realized chat isn't showing up on screen. So if you're like, I guess if you're watching this afterwards, I'm just gonna leave like the VOD up. I don't normally do that, but this isn't like a normal stream, so the VOD is just gonna be what the stream is. So I guess like anyone who finds this, they can find the chat on the side later. I don't think I like initially intended to read chat when I did this, but it's kind of easier to do that because I don't know what else to talk about, and it's just kind of cool just to like chat. I used to have like way more books. Talk about propane. I don't really know much about propane. I know like Hank Hill is the guy for that. What? Let us hear the paper. I don't have. Oh, I guess my books. Yeah, I can talk about some of the books I have. I used to have way more. I was like a pretty avid reader when I was younger. And I think I left like a lot of the books that I own with my parents. I brought like a lot of my manga with me when I moved to Oregon. And then when I moved out of my old roommate's house, I had to get rid of a lot of my books, so that was kind of like really sad for me. I had to like pick my like favorites and like what I wanted to like keep the most. And so like a lot of like my Watamote, like I'm pretty sure like my entire collection of that is just gone. I don't have my Euro Camp manga anymore. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's part of downsizing. I think I left my like Berserk collection at home with my parents, so that's kind of cool at least. But what I have left is very small. But it's I think I picked like a good pick. I have a collection of H.P. Lovecraft stories called the Necronomicon. It's the full title is Necronomicon: The Best Weird Tales of H.P. Lovecraft. And it was like one of the first books I bought after I got a job when I was like 17, and I was really into like horror. I still am. So I had read The Call of Cthulhu like I think when I was like in middle school, like 8th grade or something like that, and I thought it was really cool. And I'd always liked H.P. Lovecraft's writings from what little I did read. So I figured I'd bought like a collection of his work, and it's a cool book. I really like collections of short stories because I'm like really bad at like paying attention. So a novel is like weirdly difficult for me to like get through. But like a collection of short stories, I can like, I can read a story or two and put the book down and come back to it, and it's like I got like a complete experience. I have volumes 1 through 3 of Tales from the Gas Station. Now it's like based on like this Reddit story that I think was like on No Sleep, and it's one of my like favorite kinds of books because it's like a horror story, but the narrator like does not care that he's like in a horror story. He's really like laid back and relaxed about the whole thing, and he kind of like views like the paranormal stuff that goes on at the gas station he works at like as more of like a nuisance. Like he's just trying to have like a normal shift, and all this like scary like stuff keeps happening, and he just gets like annoyed at it, and like his coworker's like a former like cult member and it's a really interesting book. If you read the free web versions, it's still really entertaining, but I really like those stories, so I thought I'd support the author and buy the books. There's probably more than 3 volumes now, but it's a really entertaining story. probably not like the most highbrow literature, you know. But if you like horror, and you like funny stories, it's probably like a good pick. If you want like a really good no sleep story turned book, Pen Pal is actually like a really like scary story, and it's not scary like supernatural. It's like a really grounded horror. But I don't know, I really like horror books. I've been watching this YouTuber called Davis Morgan, and he does like a lot of videos about like horror like stories, or like books or short stories and stuff like that. And it's like really got me back into like reading, and it's cool. I like reading. But I like horror stories the most, so it's kind of cool. I haven't watched his video on My Heart is a Chainsaw because he keeps talking about it like it's this really awesome story, or this really awesome book. So I've been really meaning to check out My Heart is a Chainsaw, so I might buy that and add it to my little bookshelf here. Did you read any of the Edgar Allan Poe short novels? I thought the one about the orangutan was weird. I've only read short stories from Edgar Allan Poe. I think we had to like study like an author for like a 6th grade like book report or whatever, like my English class. And everyone like picked these like authors like of like YA novels and like, you know, stuff like that, and, you know, or like really like kind of classic like Shel Silverstein, right? Like stuff you'd see like in the classroom. And then I was like that weird kid where I'm like, yeah, I wanna do my report on Edgar Allan Poe. And I don't know. It was like kind of weird because I learned he like married his cousin, and like I'm pretty sure she was like underage too. Like that's like kind of messed up. And I don't know. Guy was like kind of a fucking weirdo. But he wrote really cool stories. I like the one where the guy gets like buried behind a wall in like a tomb or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. I don't know. The Telltale Heart is a classic too. I love stuff like that. Where like the paranormal isn't probably real. Like people are just fucking like crazy, and the narrator's like super unreliable. I don't know. It's really cool. I have this other book. It is it's called The Deadbeat Dictionaries, Sloth, and it's a whole book that's just full of like definitions of like words that are basically like lazy or like slothful, right? And I went to Powell's here in Portland. It was actually the first date I went on with my ex, and we met at Powell's, and we just looked around at a lot of the books. And I remember really like gushing about like guitars and like all the guitar books that were there. And we found this we found this book, and I thought it was so cool, so I bought it. And it's just, I don't know, cool maybe isn't the right word. I thought it was funny because it's just all words for like being lazy. Like, let me grab it. I've still got the receipt too. It's kind of crazy. Because I just kind of threw it in the book, and forgot about it. So it's an introduction to sloth. Consistent aversion to exertion. North wind set Odysseus off course, landing him on the island of the Lotus Eaters. Tempted by the native tribes' bounty of delicious flowers, the men who indulged lost their fervor to venture on. Lethargy enwrapped the sailors as the allure of the Lotus Eaters' indolence subdued anyone to return home. Similar to the power of the island people's plans, the strength of sloth is in the sin's subtle ability to make one disregard their responsibilities, dissolve any resolve to achieve, and lays about without a worry. Clear the cloudiness of languor by leafing through the dictionary that defines the idlest of vices. And it goes letter by letter. A, B, C, D, we know the alphabet, right? But yeah, it's just like there's words I never heard of, you know, like apsiopesis. Oh, sorry, it's apopsiopesis. Oh no, I had like an extra B. Apopsiopesis. Yeah, no, that's right. It's a noun. Talking. Stopping talking in the midst of a sentence, either because you physically or cannot or mentally do not want to. An unfinished thought. I'm just gonna go to random pages. Oh, here's a quote from Benjamin Franklin. Sloth and silence are fools' virtues. Oh, here's another quote from Hippocrates. I know it's Hippocrates, but you know, Hippocrates. Idleness and lack of occupation tend, nay, are dragged towards evil. And here's a word I like, frowsy. An adjective, shabby or unkempt. The frowsy girl hadn't combed her hair in days. Her dress was shabby, and her shoes were untied. I'm starting to feel a little called out by this book. I haven't brushed my hair in a few days. I went to work the other day, and I slept really late, and so I took a quick shower before I went to work. I didn't wash my hair. I just kind of tied it up so it wouldn't get wet, and I just undid it and kind of put it back into place with my hands, and was like, I'm good. I'm not gonna brush it. And I kind of just ate some food. I ran out the door. So I guess I'm a frowsy girl. It's okay. I brushed my hair when I got home before I went to bed. But I don't think I brushed it today though, because it's my weekend and I don't care. Hebitude, a state of laziness or indolence. It's a noun. Caught up in the hebitude following the afternoon meal, it was clear no one would move or clean the dishes for several hours. I like the quote pages. John Stuart Mill had said, "A person may cause evil to others not only by his actions, but his inactions." had speech impediment, believe it or not. While we're in the L. Is languor or languor. Lacking in energy, listlessness, but often in a pleasant way. Lackadaisical is a word I like. Lazy, unenthusiastic in one's actions. I got called out at one of my old jobs for being too lackadaisical. And I told the girl, I was like, I make minimum wage. I don't care enough to not be lackadaisical. I don't make enough money in this job. I get minimum effort for minimum pay. I was told that was like an awful work ethic to have, but you know, like why would I drive myself crazy when I'm not like making enough to like be worth that like mental stress, right? You have to take care of yourself, and it doesn't matter if you know, if that means like not putting your all into something because you're obligated to. You know, your job isn't your life, right? You don't live to work, you work to live. So if you're not getting paid your worth, and you know what your worth is, it's okay to not put in all of your energy into something that's not giving you the most. It's not a bad worth ethic. It's not lazy. It's you know, it's holding corpos accountable, right? If they don't want to pay people what they're worth, there's no reason why they deserve to get everything they're worth. You know, you don't get to pay people minimum and expect the maximum out of them with a promise that they might get to keep their job. It's so easy to like, especially if you're working minimum wage. I don't want to say it's easy to get a job, because it's not. But if you're working a minimum wage job, like they're exchangeable. You know, one isn't an upgrade from another unless it like is alleviating like your mental load, right? Determined never to be idle. It is wonderful how much may be done if we are always doing. Thomas Jefferson. I don't know, it's okay to sometimes to not do anything. You know, you need your downtime. You need your time to unwind. If you're always going, you're gonna burn out, and then you're gonna hate life. It's okay to take a breather, to stop and enjoy yourself, to do something. I noticed a few years ago there was this like big trend, and I saw it online a lot, where people really like they were really focused on like being efficient and like productive, right? And always like doing something, right? They're like, if you're not doing something, you're being unproductive and you're wasting your life. And it's like, I don't know, that kind of culture really like screws me up, because if you're always doing something and your only focus is on being productive, like, are you enjoying life? You know, you have to. What's the point of what's the point of living if you're not happy with it, right? And if you're burning yourself out, you're not gonna enjoy life. So it's okay to take a breather. It's okay to stop the grind, stop the hustle. You can just like chill, you know, put on your favorite music and like bed rot, right? Maybe don't like rot your brain on like TikTok. Maybe that's not good. But you know, just like enjoy a slow moment. Enjoy doing nothing when you can. Cause you know, like people work a lot. You know, I work a standard, like 40-hour work week, right? A lot of people do that. A lot of people work a lot of overtime to afford to live. And people don't get a chance to do a breather, and we need that. Starts brapping, I was kind of scared. I was like, what if I like accidentally like fart during the ASMR stream? That'd be so embarrassing. But yeah, no. I hate hustle culture, and I hate that, like the grind set, right? Like always gotta be grinding, bro. Always gotta be grinding, bro. Like no, you don't. It's okay to do nothing sometimes. Don't do nothing all the time. Don't be a bum. But it's okay to relax. You can enjoy life too. I'm trying to find just good. Oh. Pachydermatous. Adjective. Formally, it means having the thick skin, or a pachyderm. Informally, it refers to someone who is indifferent to criticism. I download Grindr so I can hustle and grind with all the other sharks. That's a good one. I like that. Plod. To move along slowly, as if weighed down by something or not interested in moving ahead. As a noun, it refers to a slow walk or the sound of heavy, lumbering steps. Oh, this one's like a hard one to say. Poco curante. Adjective. Indifferent or nonchalant. As a noun, it is used in reference to someone who is undifferent or uninterested. That reminds me, there's like this weird trend going on, and I don't know if it's like gonna like persist, of people like using like chalant because of something that's non-chalant, right? Clearly there must be like a chalant, and I forgot what it's called. It's like it's false something. I don't know. I don't have an English degree, so I don't know. But it's really interesting, like how people will just like, they think there should be a word that isn't there, so they kind of make it up. And it's just cool how like culturally that's happened before, and it's happening again, and I'm sure it will happen more in the future. Oh, man. I'm a little sleepy myself, so apologies. I don't even know how long I've done this anymore. Chat, do we have a timer? Does anyone know how long it's been since the stream started? Take that and like subtract 10, and that's how long I've been doing this. Know the true value of time. Snatch, seize, and enjoy every moment of it. No idleness. No laziness. No procrastination. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Almost an hour. Okay. I felt like it's been an hour, but I was like, has it been longer? Thank you for your $1 there, chat member. You're appreciated. Again. Prostrate. No, not the other word, chat. Adjective, laying in a prone, face downward position, often as the result of injury. As she lay so dramatically prostrate on the bed, she realized everyone was tired of her lazy lifestyle. Prostrate. Pusillanimous. Adjective, lacking courage, cowardly. I'm gonna take a sip of water here. So you're going like, you the microphone, are you're going in between my legs now. don't know what this skirt is made out of, but it makes like such like a cool sound, like when I move it. I don't know. I like it quite a lot. It's the Celeste one from Van Gamer because I'm a stereotype. Moderation is the feebleness and sloth of the soul, whereas ambition is the warmth and activity of it. It's from Francois La Rochefoucauld. I don't speak French, so I probably butchered his last name. Rochefoucauld. I think that's how you say it. Rochefoucauld. Don Marquis. Procrastination is the art of keeping up with yesterday. Rack out is a verb meaning to go to sleep. Recumbent. Reclining, idle, while lying, recumbent on the chase. Chase. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Chaise. Tina lazily gestured for another glass of wine. Have you ever heard someone who said gestured instead of gestured? That's messed up. I hate that. Rocker. That's me. Now, a chair mounted on two curved pieces that allows to rock back and forth while sitting down. That's not me. Roly-poly. Adjective. Plump and round. Big and round. Roly-poly. Big and round. Can we get a big and round in the chair? John Chancellor said, the avenues in my neighborhood are pride, covetous, and lust. The cross streets are anger, gluttony, envy, and sloth. I live over on Sloth, and the style on our street is to avoid the other thoroughfares. Big and round. Big and round. Big and round. Scalawag. Noun, a dishonest or misbehaved person. Rascal. Rotund. It's extraordinary how we go through life with eyes half shut, with dull ears, with dormant thoughts. Perhaps it's just as well, and it may be that it is this very dullness that makes life to the incalculable majority so supportive and so welcome. It's a quote from Joseph Conrad. Oh, I like this one. Troglodyte. A noun. Formally, a troglodyte refers to an actual cave dweller during prehistoric times. Informally, it is used to refer to an uncouth, unmannered person or a hermit. Jean-Luc, the troglodyte, once had excellent manners and social skills, but years of living alone stripped those away. I might be a troglodyte, Chad. I might be a troglodyte. Oh, here's me. Unsociable. Adjective. Unfriendly or antisocial. Disliking the company of others. The Count was unsociable. Although he didn't mind contributing to charity, he had no desire to attend the fundraising functions or make public appearances. Leonardo da Vinci. Squall. Iron. Rust from disuse. Stagnant water loses its purity, and in cold weather becomes frozen. Even so does inaction sap the vigor of the mind. Vegetate. To be inactive or sluggish. Stagnant. Why ants here? It's one section. Yuppie flu. An informal term describing any fatigue-causing disorder, like chronic fatigue syndrome associated with stress. Zonk. To fall into a deep sleep, to pass out due to intoxication. We're going to end with a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche. Uzumaki, Gyo, and the Liminal Zone. I really want to get the Tomie collection, but I just haven't gotten around to it. The next like 3 are all ones that I also got at Powell's. I got a Kamen Rider, the classic collection. It's a big omnibus of like the original run of the original like Kamen Rider manga, and it's pretty cool. I really like the artwork in it. I've never watched Kamen Rider, but I used to be friends with some people who really liked it, and I thought maybe I'd like try to get into it by reading the manga. They're not really my friends anymore, but it's no big deal. I've got Azumanga Daioh, like the complete omnibus of Azumanga Daioh. Really funny book. The anime, I think, is a little funnier, but I love the artwork of Azumanga Daioh, so it's just kind of cool to like see it. Same thing with like Keion. Keion, the manga, they have the whole like omnibus of it, and it's so different from the anime, because it's like a 4-koma, and the art style is really different from how KyoAni adapted it, but I really do like the original art for it too. I'm a big fan of like music or like girls in a band type like manga or manga or anime. I almost said anime, like some kind of like turbo weave. Anime. No, it's anime, you weeb. Pochi the Rock, yeah, I only have the first 2 volumes of Pochi the Rock, but Pochi the Rock is one of my favorite animes, and it's what got me into guitar, and I don't know if you heard that. It's one of my favorite guitars that I have. It's an offset Telecaster, and it's like the body of a Jazzmaster, but it has Telecaster electronics on it, and it has a Jazzmaster pickup at the neck, and on the bridge it has a Telecaster pickup, like the kind of classic single coil pickups you'd see on Stratocasters too. Really unique sound. It's really cool. It's this kind of black gray type color, but it has like these little sparkles in the finish, and I really like it. It's really unique. It's a Squier. It's not like Fender. I think it's made by Fender, but it's cheaper at Squier. But I think Squier does like a lot of really cool stuff with designs that Fender kind of doesn't do. And I don't know. I like the look of a cool guitar, and like granted, like the pickups or the electronics or whatever are like better in a Fender, right? But it's nothing that like you can't like modify yourself. What are you gonna do this October? I haven't really put much thought into that. I think I'm gonna play some scary games. I don't know what scary games. My channel anniversary is this October. Oh, it's every October, right? But it lands on a Friday this year. So the 17th, I plan on doing my anniversary stream, and I'm hoping I can get Fridays off so that I can do that stream. I also want Halloween off, so I'm kind of excited. I think it'll be really cool. I have some fun plans for this anniversary stream, I think. I don't really have the specifics, but I have the ideas of a plan, as one would say. Peaktober inbound. Should read Try Not to Get Scared, Scariest Stories. Larry. Maybe I'll finally do a creepypasta stream. I'll just do a stream where I read creepypastas. That'll probably be really fun. A long time ago, in a city far, far away, there lived a boy named Roger. If you don't know, that's from a creepypasta, quote unquote, called The Supermarket Monster. It's really funny. It's by an author called VBC. Would be a friggin' epic. Lamau. Spooky spaghetti. Yeah, spooky spaghetti. But no, a long time ago in a past life, I did creepypasta narrations. And, it was back when I was studying, radio and stuff, so I put a lot of effort. It was actually really cool, because, some of them that I recorded, I, recorded them in this, the radio studio, and so it had, really good, crisp voiceover. And, I really fell in love with using Adobe Audition and stuff for, music and sound effects and audio ducking, and it really made audio editing, way easier when I did that. I used to do it in, I'd use, Audacity and Adobe Premiere, but it was, the cheap version of Premiere. It was, Premiere Elements, and it, sucked. Anyway, the next book on my bookshelf is K-On! Shuffle, which I haven't read yet. I've had it for a year and I haven't read it. And then I have Bocchi the Rock, Volume 1 and 2. I love Bocchi. I have more stuff I got at Powell's. Goodbye Airy and Look Back. I wanted to read Look Back before I watched the movie. I think I ended up watching the movie anyway and bawling my eyes out. Again, it's one of those things where K-On! Isn't it the funny anime about the funny gals or something? Yeah. It's about cute girls doing cute things, and they play music in a band. Yeah, Look Back's really sad, and I didn't like how unfulfilled I felt at the end of it. It's another movie I watched with my ex, and we just kind of spent the whole movie crying. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Fujimoto meant something when he made the story so unfulfilling, but I'm not a huge fan of it. And then I have 2 albums from Keisoku Band just on my bookshelf. I have the original album and I think Into the Light. I never got I think there's a 3rd release. I never got that. But and then next to my Keisoku Band albums, I've got my Bocchi Nendoroid doll. She's just staring at me, looking all concerned. I love Bocchi. Bocchi's my favorite. She's just like me for real. But that's everything on my bookshelf. The next to Bocchi is my change jar. that I used to shake on stream. Sorry if you heard that. I really tried to like not do that, but it was, I guess, it just happened. It's involuntary. My what? My change jar. What do you think I said? I thought it might be interesting to like try to talk with like a candy in my mouth, so I kind of just did that now. So we're in the I have a grapefruit candy. It's really tasty. I have like, it's not really candy. They're vitamin C drops, so they're like kind of supplements, but they taste like candy. And they just have like really strong citrus flavors, and I love citrus. So, not the manga. I really strongly dislike the manga and anime citrus. You know, I'm not against Yuri. It'd be kind of weird if I was, considering, you can't really be against like Yuri if you're a lesbian, like myself. Whoever made vitamin supplements taste like candy deserves a Nobel Prize. You heard it here, folks. Otato fucking hates Yuri. No. I get enough Yuri in my real life. I don't need to read a book about it. But no, I hate citrus because citrus is so toxic. And like what happens in it's like really gross. And a lot of the drama is like super contrived. And it just leads to like more really gross stuff. I don't know, I like sweet love stories, not toxic love stories. Sorry. It's me when I read a doujinshi, and it's just because it's like a good love story. It's really sweet. I always confuse yaoi and yuri. I like the one about the men kissing. Yeah, that one's yaoi. There's only sorry, I think I might have like peaked the microphone. There's only like a specific type of yaoi that I'm like a fan of. And it usually has a different tag than yaoi. But moving on. Oh no, it's Fujoshi ASMR. Oh, do tell. Can't leave us hanging without this forbidden knowledge. Well, it's usually under like the Tom girl tag. I like it when one or both of the men kissing dress like a woman. Sorry about that. Kinda broke the mood there. Anyway, moving on. How about that weather, huh? It's still really hot, and I'm dying in my oven of an apartment. I think it's time I scrubbed those thoughts away. Lift the tripod. Let's not make it fall. just an RPG genre ASMR. There is no Reshiram. There is no vtuber. Reshiram. it's out. It's I don't know. It's like really hard. You know, I kind of like just realized when I scheduled the stream I forgot to like ping everyone that it was starting. So, oopsie. Oh well. This is a special stream. Oopsie. I did a little bit of a fucky wucky hello. Did a little bit of a oopsie poopsie. Hello? Hello? A little bit of a fucko boingo. What's wrong with oopsie poopsie? Why can't I say that again? Oopsie poopsie. roadside picnic. I have not read roadside picnic. Maybe one day I'll check it out, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, I've heard of it and I've been aware of it, and like for whatever reason, I'm just not interested in reading it, and I can't really even explain why. It's not even like there's like a specific reason. I just didn't feel like. I just didn't feel like it. I really want to try reading House of Leaves again. I think I left that with my parents when I moved out. After playing My House, that WOD, and like knowing that it was like heavily inspired by House of Leaves, I really enjoyed My House. So I wanted to check out House of Leaves again. That was like among like the first few books I bought after I got my like first job, because I had heard such good things about it, but I was like so lost and confused because the book is like super unorthodox. It's really weird, but it's so unique, and it kind of uses the fact that it is a book to its like greatest sort of advantage as far as like the meta narrative goes. How it's formatted, like it can only be done with a book and like a physical book. You couldn't even really like do it with like an e-reader. And that's so cool. I love when like pieces of art really like take into account and take advantage of the medium that they are. That's why I'm like a big proponent of like, I hate like cinematic games, because like games trying to be cinematic makes it feel like it's trying to be a movie, and that's a completely different art form, and a movie should be like a movie, right? A game should be like a game, and you can use the fact that you're playing a game to like your advantage as an artist. Same way that there are things that can only be done in film that you can like do in a book, or you can do in a game. Kojima is an interesting fellow, because I shouldn't like his games because I'm such like a proponent of like gameplay first games. But I love Kojima. I think it's just because his writing is so good, and he's like such a visionary, and I think he still manages to take advantage of the fact that he's making a video game. At least with stuff like Death Stranding, it's like really apparent. And then a lot of the stuff that like Metal Gear. Why is Otato full of sand? I'm like rubbing the microphone because I like the way it sounds. Full of sand. Big and round, full of sand. Anakin Skywalker will hate this. Pat's belly full of sand. I don't know. Yeah. subs. I'm gonna like